have in my hand a 5x8 satellite and terrestrial multi-switch. It's available with free delivery directly from freetv.ie. So we have the basic box that it comes in, power unit comes with it to power it directly. It's just screws on with an F-type connection, 3-pin plug on it. We have a user manual that covers the full light range, and what we have is accessories that we're going to use this with. So the basic idea of this is you want to take a feed from a satellite dish like this, an 80 centimeter dish. It'll be fitted either with a traditional Quattro LNB, which is designed to be used with multi-switches, but this new high-end multi-switch from Whyte will actually work with a traditional quad LNB, which you'd use, for instance, if you had multiple set-top boxes, Sky Plus box, something like that in your house. And what you want to do is you want to run these inputs in here and split it and feed up to 8 different satellite TV points in your house, okay? So, so the 5 cable up to 5 cables are run in here. So you'll be using at least 4 cables here. And we have vertical high and low and terrestrial high, or vertical high and low and horizontal high and low here. 4 inputs will go in, they're color coded here. And we can also feed in a terrestrial input here from a UHF aerial. So when we have the outputs here, they'll have at least 1 satellite feed, plus potentially a terrestrial feed in here. And it'll 4 outputs here, 4 there, and you see there's a mounting bracket so you can mount this directly. So this would normally with simply a comms room. So you have your satellite dish outside, run the cables in, run to the comms room, and all the cables from the various rooms in the house that you want to power will go directly to it. Where would you use it? Well, traditional here, this is one of the smaller units in the range. There have 8 outputs on it, you've up to 32. So something like this could be used in a domestic location. It also could be used somewhere like, for instance, if you had a small B&B, a very small apartment block, something like that, you can come along and use this kit with it. Now, will it do 8 rooms? It would in theory. A lot of people will want twin satellite feeds in certain rooms, simply because my Sky Plus box or a Humax twin tuner satellite receiver, something like that. So the reason, so inside we'll say, Whytes themselves have a very large range of multi-switches. The 5 Lite is very, very popular simply because most people in Ireland and the UK only need 1 satellite to feed directly in, and that's the Astra 2 satellite. Simply because all the Freesat channels, because it's BBC, ITV, Channel 4 are on it, and all the Sky Sports, Sky Movies, etc. come directly from that satellite. So it suits there. Now other people might want, we'll say, a thing called a 9 input. So you have 2 satellites, maybe a Hotbird satellite for the Europeans and also for the Astra 2. And what would happen then is you'd have a different design where you'd have 4 inputs from one satellite, 4 inputs from another, and also a terrestrial feed as well, okay? So the 8-way and the 16 are probably the most popular sizes inside our range, but we do sell quite a few of the 24 and 32s as well for larger outputs on it. So one problem people can have, and they're trying to make a decision, we'll say, on the multi-switch, you know, 5x8 is sufficient, but I'm thinking about adding on extra TV points down the line. Will I spend the extra money now? Will I buy a larger one? And traditionally what they would do is they would sell a product called a cascade version of this. So you have 5 inputs here, you have outputs here, top and bottom, and a 5-way output here again. We can add on another multi-switch on afterwards. But that's a pain in the ass, simply because people don't know at the start if they wanted to put the cascade thing in, and they certainly don't want to put up a second dish, and they don't want to throw away their multi-switch that they bought 12 months down the line because it's no longer sufficient for their purposes. So what Whyte's decided to is not really go for any cascade versions within the range, but use the following product, which I'm just going to display now. And this is a splitter. So there's 5 inputs on it, you see them here, and you feed the feed from the satellite dish here, and then you take the cables from here and feed them directly into the input side on your 5x8 multi-switch, but just have another 5 ports free. And what would happen is, if you discover that the 8 outputs aren't sufficient, you buy this, you put the splitter in, and you add on the extra multi-switch with 8, 16, 32 outputs on it. And this has really worked well in the marketplace, and I'll tell you why. You know, you can have an enormous, almost endless range of sizes of multi-switches between the different inputs, outputs, all the rest of it, cascade versions. And the problem is that small, low volume runs of anything is very expensive because you're wondering you're going to sell it. There's tooling costs to go with it, all the rest of it. So what they said is, let's just get a switch here. It'll split the signal out, and we'll make thousands of them and we'll sell them cheap. So this will be a cheap accessory product on it, or low cost certainly. And what will happen then is, when people need to add on extras, they'll just buy one of these and add them on. And I think it's made the selection for both the customers and for us selling products that much simpler, okay? So it works extremely well. So you have this all the way up, as I said, 8, 16, 24, 32 way on it. So we've moved very much over to using Whytes. They've become the dominant seller of multi-switches in the Irish and UK market. They're on the go only about 5 or 6 years. They're a UK company, and what they've done is they've tried to gone for the best products and then try to benchmark themselves about 25% cheaper than the market leader. So it just makes it a no-brainer when you come along and we're making a decision of when we're going to our trade shows, which brand will we stock. And there's guys who are universally saying to us again and again, Whyte's had the best product and they're 25% cheaper than their opposition. Well then, all of a sudden, why would you possibly not stock Whyte's? So we really like this product here. It's been a great success for us, and we're expanding out the range simply because there's some great products like this and other products then that will work well with the Sky Q range as well.